Hey guys, on this week's little short video, I wanted to talk about obedience as a form of respect. So last time we talked about how respect really does equal a tangible display of love to our head of households. And so I wanted to talk about how our obedience is directly connected to the level of respect we have of our head of households. So when we look at like the 4 Ds of domestic discipline, 2 of those Ds are disrespect and disobedience. And so they are separate, but they really do go hand in hand. It's interesting because if you do not respect your head of household, you really have a hard time obeying him. But if you have a high level of respect for your head of household, who he is, the position he holds in your relationship, it becomes a lot easier and, in my opinion, it becomes very difficult to disobey your head of household when you actually respect them. And so our obedience is a display of how much we respect our head of household. And they know that. They see that. I know that when I disobey Coda, he really does call into question how much I respect him. And to a certain extent, because he is a good head of household and he wants to make sure that he is fulfilling his role within our relationship, he does take a moment to self-reflect and try to see, is there something that I have done that has broken her ability to respect me? And is that why I'm seeing the disobedience? That does not negate my consequences. I am always held accountable for my actions and for my behavior. But he is always trying to figure out why I am not displaying the respect and obedience that he is requiring. And he's always looking to see if there is something that he can do to set me up for more success, or if he needs to really have a conversation with me and kind of set me straight, because sometimes it's completely on me. It is not something that he's done. It's something that I really do need to be corrected on. And again, I am always held accountable for my behavior. His actions never negate my consequences, even when he does have something that he needs to shift. But it really is connected. The idea of obedience and respect, they really do go hand in hand. If you're having a hard time obeying the rules, you really do need to check yourself and just figure out why you don't want to obey. It could be that you just don't value the rule, but you need to change your mindset to say, if I value my head of household and he values the rules, if I respect my head of household and he wants me to do these things, then that can be your motivation, even if the rule itself is not something that is super motivating to you. And so by shifting your mind, by trying to figure out, okay, why am I having a hard time with this rule? Is it that I just don't respect my head of household? And if that's the case, then you need to really figure out why that is and have a conversation with your head of household, build that trust and respect with them. But if you respect your head of household, you value your head of household, you love your head of household, then you really do need to value and respect and obey the standards and rules that they place on you, even if those are things that you don't necessarily want to do. Especially if those are things that you don't necessarily want to do, you need to do them as an act of obedience and as an act of respect towards your head of household and what they value in the relationship. Because they really do see the connection there, and there really is no separating the idea of obedience and respect, because again, if you respect them, you will obey them. If you're obeying them, that is a display of how much you respect them. And they know that, you know that, and so you really do need to make sure that your actions meet your words, and that if you are saying that you respect them, that you are showing that respect, not only through how you treat them, but also how well you obey the rules and standards that they set. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this one. And if you want to support the channel, get bonus content, link to our Patreons down below. Always like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. All those things really do help. And we will talk to you next time.